17. Dark clouds are gathering. December 1942. My German friends. One strike of lightning after the other is flashing from the dark clouds that are gathering over Germany. Are there still many Germans who are closing their eyes and their ears like children in order not to see and to hear? Or have they awoken, and are they looking with fearful anticipation at the inevitable? It takes courage to look destiny in the face, and many have still not done so, even when a destructive fate already has them in its claws. It takes superiority to see one's own downfall, to cover up nothing and to meet it calmly. Only those who are able to see the new life beyond destruction can look destruction in the eye. I am speaking today to you who are strong enough not to close your eyes. I am speaking to those who sense what is coming but who still don't want to know it. Because only if many Germans meet the downfall which is unavoidably coming is a new ascent possible. Only if many say yes to the destruction of that which is now being destroyed can the new develop. And for this reason we are calling out to you. Open your eyes, risk hearing the truth, risk saying yes to the fate that is coming. There can be no doubt that a destroying fate is drawing near from all sides. When the offensive of this year came to a standstill in the wreckage of Stalingrad, a cloud had arisen in the east. Now it is standing on the eastern horizon. Already the first lightning flashes of the Russian offensive have descended from it, and the cloud bank in the east is growing with every day. And in the west, clouds are amassing, still far off on the other side of the ocean. Out of the smoke of American factories, the clouds are rising from which unending destruction will come over German people and German cities. When the violent storm draws nearer from the west, it will easily be hundreds of thousands and millions. Can you close your eyes and ears to this much longer? And in the south, clouds have amassed over the deadly waters of the Mediterranean. It was a completely destructive flash of lightning that traveled down out of these storm clouds over the unfortunate divisions of Marshal Rommel. It foretold the storm that is now brewing from the south against a weak Italy, and with it, against Germany's southern front. And there is a fourth place where the storm clouds of fate are gathering. They are growing out of the mists of hatred that the German conquerors have drawn toward themselves in all conquered lands. The sinking of the French fleet in Toulon was the first heavy flash of lightning. Through it, France has finally found itself again, and it found itself on the side that is fighting against National Socialist Germany. The ship ruins in the harbor of Toulon signify the end of the new order. They show that it is something different to conquer lands than it is to win people. What the German armies have conquered, the German executioners have lost. I haven't spoken yet of the worst matter, of a crime that Germans are committing daily, of a crime against humankind such as occurs only once in millennia, of a crime that means blood guilt for generations. The place where it has been taking place for months and with ever-growing cruelty is Poland. The victims are hundreds of thousands of innocent people who have lived among you, whose neighbors and friends you were, and other hundreds of thousands are being sacrificed whom you don't know, who have led a life in poverty and piety, and today they are being hauled away to mass death by those who are the trash and the disgrace of the German people. And you are standing by. Can you stand by any longer, German officers, when you still have a sword to use and an honor to lose? Do you know that the cattle cars that roll through the German cities with this burden of wretchedness are bolted up for days, that no bread and water is let in, no dying or dead are let out? And you want to continue to be spectators of that German clergy, you who are praying for German victory. And do you know that in Poland itself, women and children are being driven together and being shot down with machine guns? That German physicians inoculate their victims with air bubbles in order to kill them in the most certain and inexpensive way. A shriek went throughout the entire world in these weeks when reports about that came together from all sides. I can tell you that the hearts of many who sympathized with the truly repressed Germany became numb and hard in these days. I have spoken of the dark clouds that are gathering from the east and west and south, and of the misty clouds of hatred. But worse than all of that is the heavy cloud of blood guilt that has been brought upon the German people by the National Socialists, and that will lie over them even when the first guilty parties have long since perished. Their downfall has begun, and no one can stop it any longer. But their guilt will burden the nation that has become its instrument for a long time.